Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I want to appreciate you so much because of your great support. Please consider subscribing to this channel. You like this video, you give your opinion at the comment section below, and don't forget to share this video. Now, Meg Whitmen, the ambassador of United States of America, today attended the devolution conference in Uasin Gishu County, Eldoret. As I was just watching her video, I was shocked for US to come out to lecture Kenya how the election was free and fair. I want to say, and I want to ask, simple question. Why is it that United States of America is so concerned on sanitizing William Samoei Ruto when it comes to this past general election? Without any fear of contradiction, I want you to watch the video of Meg Whitmen, the ambassador of United States of America, coming out to tell us on how the elections of the Republic of Kenya has been so peaceful, has been so fair, and no one should come out to complain about the election of the Republic of Kenya. I want you to watch the video. Then after that, I want us to dig in and understand why is it that United is so interested when it comes to the election of the Republic of Kenya. Watch the video, then you continue.
I arrived in Kenya days before the August 22 general elections. What I witnessed was nothing short of remarkable. Kenya held what many analysts and commentators say was the freest, fairest, and most credible election in Kenyan history. The elections were observed by international and local election organizations, and the results were upheld by the Kenyan Supreme Court, and power was transferred orderly and peacefully.
After watching the video, it is a clear indication that we as Kenyans, as we are used to go in every election to vote for our leaders, it is a clear indication that United States of America is always interested when it comes to our election. And my reason is this. It seems like they have their interest in this country. And their interest, they must have their own person who is going to win election in the country. I want to give you an example. Do you remember when Uhuru Kenyatta was the president? He was so much interested and having good friendship with China. You saw even most of development was all about China. When it comes to standard gauge railway, was China. When it comes to different ideas and also when it comes to roads, was China. The same to Mwai Kibaki. You saw his interest was so connected with Russia. Also, you saw when Mwai Kibaki was the president, Raila Odinga was the prime minister, this coalition government. You know, Raila Odinga always have good relationship with Russia. So every presidency, we always have a president that always have his own interest with a certain superpowers country. It seems for the first time, William Ruto's interest is so connected with the United States of America. But I told you here, something that I always disagree with the United States of America. They always manipulate when it comes to leadership that you must have in a country. When it comes to election, they always manipulate everything. They always support their candidate. When it comes to even rigging election, they will support you to ensure that their interest is so intact. So Meg Whitmen to come out to tell us, we as Kenyans, that election was free and fair. Is this their country? I mean, we are independent. We always come out to vote for our leaders. It is not Meg Whitmen and her fellows who always come out to vote for the leader that they want. So when Meg Whitmen is coming out to tell us that the election was free and fair, why was opposition going to Supreme Court for the petition? Why was Raila Odinga's opposition going to Supreme Court? At the same time, I want to say, election of the Republic of Kenya have never been free and fair. The only election that I will say that was free and fair was the election of 2002 during the Mwai Kibaki. And that election was so peaceful. No one came out demonstrating. I know some people will say that Raila Odinga never vied for 2002. He was supporting Mwai Kibaki. But of course, sometimes you'll see the way election was so peaceful. And even no one came out planning to rig election. Was so peaceful. So this issue of rigging election came in after this election, or rather after this constitution of 2010. That's the scenario that we've been in. But again, something that I'm disagreeing, we'll look at the way China, for example. China, when you partner with China, they always don't interfere with your election. They always don't. Secondly, also Russia. Russia always don't interfere with the election of a country. You just elect your elements, have your president, they partner with you. That is the criteria and the issue of Russia, China, and other superpowers. But there is this kind of behavior, petty behavior of United States of America. They want to control everything in a country. For example, I want to give you an example. Look at Uganda. Look at Uganda. Yoweri Museveni came out saying, no to LGBTQ. They are being told now, we are going to cut down the World Bank funding in Uganda. That is a scenario. Why force your culture to some people's country? The same to our country. And that is why William Ruto is not man enough to come out to say no to LGBTQ. I know sometimes he came out saying that no to LGBTQ. But again, eventually, he is not courageous enough to come out to sign the law. The way Museveni come out signing the law. Museveni signed the law that any person that is going to be found LGBTQ in Uganda, you've committed a crime. That is a jail, you know. And there are certain penalties. That's whatever Museveni said. And Museveni is so courageous coming out to say, I don't care even if they will cut their support. I don't care. Let them take their interest elsewhere. Our culture will remain as Uganda. We know our culture is. And that is what Yoweri Museveni has been doing. And again, Yoweri Museveni has not been tolerating any other superpower country to come out to interfere with the election in Uganda. Take it to the bank. Election of Uganda, even if it is not free and fair, no any other superpower country can come out and manipulate the election of Uganda. It is Museveni who always manipulates the election of Uganda. It is Yoweri Museveni and it is him alone. But when you look at our country, Kenya, it is about United States of America. If you go to the Kajiado, it is US. When you go to Mombasa, it is US. When you go to Eldoret, it is US. No. I think let our culture be. Election was not free and fair. And someone who feels like election was free and fair, that is also your opinion. But my opinion is election was not free and fair. And it was highly rigged by some individuals connected with the United States of America. And that is why they had their interest. And their interest was to ensure their person was William Samoei Ruto. And William Ruto was likely to support their interest. You've seen during the election, Raila Odinga had no good interest with the US. Raila Odinga has been always having good interest with Russia. That is something that we've seen several times. So without any fear of contradiction, something that you must understand, Meg Whitmen is mocking Kenyans. And of course, she's not telling the truth. Election was not free and fair. And I think for her to come out to tell Kenyans that election was free and fair, this is certainty. This is a kind of mockery to our Kenya, where we believe that democracy and justice must prevail. So ladies and gentlemen, what are your thoughts? Drop your opinion in the comment section below. Otherwise, I want to appreciate you so much because of your support. Please consider subscribing, liking, commenting, and sharing.